Hi guys and welcome back to Gaming Muscle Videos. Today I thought it'd be interesting to check out Assetto Corsa single player with the Oculus Rift CV1. Now basically I haven't tried the single player with the Oculus Rift, and I thought it'd be interesting for people that are sort of more on the casual side, if they'll be able to buy AC, plug in their Rift and play through the single player before getting completely destroyed online. So it'll be interesting to see how it works. It should all be selected now. As I say, this is a fresh install. We've got the menu up. I haven't tried anything other than change the assist to pro. Of course, I've got no assist or anything. I'm pretty much running the force feedback on default. And well, let's see what happens. Let's see how the AI are as well. Let's pop the headset on and hope that it loads into it. There we go. The Matrix room is disappearing. I might have to fiddle with OBS a second. Yes. Come on, it's not going to record first time. We need to put on display capture. We need to change that to game capture. Because AC uses a separate launcher for its game menus and then its actual gameplay, which is good when you're playing on a PC in general, but when it comes to recording and doing various other things, it can be a little bit annoying. But there we go, we fixed it. We've got OBS right, we've got the Rift set up, we're in the car, we're ready to go for our first event. I think the first event is just a time attack, which is a little bit dull, but we're going to go for it nonetheless. Let's go. Let's push this Abarth to the limit. The car looks absolutely incredible in VR, and actually for a road car, or the road cars actually have quite a large impact in VR, because it's obviously something that you're more familiar with, unless you're a millionaire or just very fortunate. Manual gears, of course. Time attack, go! Power on. Look at the carpet and the seats. Steering wheel is absolutely huge. Okay, really nice force feedback actually with this Abarth, although it is, you know, the slowest car in AC that I'm aware of. That's not. I think there's a Robin Reliant mod, and there's an old granny electric scooter, but they're actually faster. But in terms of official cars, the Abarth is the slowest car in the game. But, oh dear, with it being slow, what it does do is give an opportunity to actually practice being smooth, braking precisely, feeling out the limit, and you've got plenty of time to do so on each curb and corner. You can see that the car actually comes with its own little traction control that's flicking on. We've got the little graphics on the screen there, so we see if the traction control is going on and off. We're running this in factory, so I'm leaving it on for now. Okay, so jumping into the first race, the last event was just a time attack, which is pretty dull. This should be a little bit more exciting, but everything seems to be working in that you pop your headset on and off you go. Now, although the only issue is you have to recenter every now and again when you're coming out of the menus, because you have to obviously take your Rift off to view the menus. But of course, if you're using a Vive, you could just press the desktop button and use the desktop view inside the Vive to choose a setting. So we'll test that out when we get our Vive back on Wednesday. But other than having to take the headset off, it does seem that you can just play through the entirety of the single player with the Rift, so that's really nice, and everything is working absolutely fantastic. Of course, as I've said in previous videos, we've put lots of UI elements on the screen because why not? I've just dented his car. The AI seems to be playing a little bit more aggressive than what I remember, which is nice. Actually putting up a bit of a fight there instead of just keeling over. Oh, he's on the inside. You've got to watch out they don't tag the back of your car. You know, leaning on the tyres a little bit, nice and smooth, a bit of understeer. Try and get the throttle on without inducing too much understeer. Nice big flashing shift light on the dash of this Abarth, just in case you were missing the shift light. It is the deceptive corner, so if you get the weight of the car just right through there, you can get the back to follow on through and get it through there nice and nippy. Of course, with these slow road cars, it's going to be all about being super smooth, but then also working out where you lean on the traction control. In this case we turned it off, but working out precisely how to lean on it in a way that's beneficial to time will probably help a lot. And we're in second place. Oh, look at that lift off oversteer, very nice. This car's so balanced. I guess that's why it's such a popular, or it's a well received road car. I think in the UK it's a Fiat 500. I've seen them with the Abarth badge. Maybe it's just the race trim, or the more sort of souped up and fully kitted out version has the Abarth logo on it instead of the Fiat 500 logo. I don't know. Oh, look, he's locked up his inside. We've had to brake a bit extra there. That looks fantastic. Just see this car model moving around. What is he doing? Drink driving. Let's come up the inside. AI not really putting up much of a defence. Quite nice though, starting at the back and moving forwards. It's, you know, it's what you kind of expect from these single-player modes in driving games. This is so much more involving than Forza. If you play Forza, my recent experience, I used to have it on the Xbox 360, Forza 3 I think it was, which I played quite a bit. But then more recently, all really played is the beta of the Forza Horizons, I guess it's Forza 6, Forza Horizons. And compared to that though, AC, even with this single player, which is fairly limited, it's just so much more evolving because the fundamental driving is so much more engaging. It'll be really interesting to see. Oh, we've won. It'll be really interesting to see how well received AC is on the consoles, and if people can look past the fact that, you know, when you finish an event, there's not all this fancy stuff going on. There's not all this credits and what have you to sort of motivate you. You really do have to get your enjoyment from the driving in AC. Well, we won that, so let's continue that. I'm going to do one more race. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see if people get that on the console, if people buy it expecting it to be basically a Forza. I would have thought a lot of people. We can skip to this race. You don't have to do every single race. Oh, hang on, we can put opponent strength on 100% for start. A lot of people, obviously playing on console, will be using gamepads. So in that case, it'll be interesting to see how much it stands out over something like Forza. But if you're playing with a wheel, try to straighten the camera up a bit. Yeah, everything's going. If you're playing with a force feedback wheel, you know, AC is just incredible. Let's get the headset right. That is a big annoyance, I think, with the menus, having to keep taking your headset off, and then you have to get the sweet spot right. Definitely be interested to see if we can just use the Vive's desktop mode to change the settings and just leave the headset on and play through it like that. So it's going to be a lot more comfortable. So we're in a different car here than the rest of the competitors. There's the Alfa Romeo. Whoa! Tagged his bumper. Put the AI on 100%. And the AI, I mean, these are slower cars, so it's hard to judge. But so far, oh, look at that. The AI are driving fairly reasonable. They're a little bit slow, but it's pretty much always the case. If you were playing through the single player, oh, thanks for ramming me, dude. He's a bit aggressive there. He's had his coffee. He's just had an espresso and he's not having any of it. You know, if you're playing through the single player, you're probably not expecting a hardcore experience, and you're probably relatively new to sim racing in general, so you're probably going to be not even having the AI on 100%. I know when I started, and even in some sims now with certain cars, I put the AI down a bit. Oh no! It's me saying it's too easy. I've just blown the engine. Not paying attention. Oh dear, let's restart and pretend that didn't happen. Oh, where's my cursor gone? There we go. Restart. What a disaster. Downshifting too fast. What a... There's me saying that the AI's too easy and I'm downshifting. That'll be £1,500 bill. Unbelievable. My excuse there will be that in a real car, the gear probably wouldn't have gone in, and it would have smelt bad, and the car would have been screaming. There you go. You have to pay attention to the shift you're in. As we're denting up the grid, we'd have been black flagged already. Let's try and behave ourselves a little bit. Mind you, it's even in a real car, it would appear it's a surprisingly easy thing to put the car into the wrong gear. I know people that have accidentally gone from stick to second gear on the start-finish line just because they weren't used to the gate of the gearbox in the car, and then also just you know, you see it if you go to a track day or an open event, people tend to destroy their gearboxes on a relatively high frequency, but we'll ignore that happened, and we'll keep going. It's a lesson learned. So what is nice with this car is, because it's front wheel drive, you can feel the torque, or the sort of steering torque as you get on the throttle, how that affects the steering input, and you can also feel the steering lighten up significantly as the front loses grip. I'm absolutely terrible at driving front wheel drive cars. I've got reasonably good with the is it the Clio Cup in R Factor 2, and sort of learning how that handled. But that car, because it's so nippy, it's just so responsive that you can learn very quickly how to manipulate the front wheel drive to your favour. Oh, actually, also the BTCC front wheel drive cars in Race Room are alright, fairly intuitive. But when it comes to road cars, not actual race cars that are front wheel drive on a track, my brain just sort of goes into meltdown. Mind you, it doesn't take much. And the AI are blitzing me here. Granted, we did start at the back of the grid, but we're struggling to keep up with these guys. So difficulty setting's pretty good. We put it on 100%, and they seem to be going at a reasonably good pace. I'm sure if you were an alien, you'd probably have caught them in the first corners, and if we had took the first few corners a bit smoother, oh no grip, we would have been all right. Just rejoin the track aggressively. It's really hard to get the car to stick here, actually. If you turn in too much like that, you see the car sort of swings out wide when it comes to tighter angles, so just ragging the accelerator there. Oh, blocking a tracking camera. So a bit like the Abarth, you sort of have to line it up nice and smooth. The back of this car doesn't really come out in the same way as the Abarth, though. It's far less agile, far less willing to just sort of turn on its own axis, if that makes sense. Probably because it has I would have thought it has a wider wheelbase, or maybe it's just its onboard computer is reluctant to make the back fly out. Even on the brakes there, trying to get the car to sort of get the back out on the brake a little bit without losing too much speed. It's very much planted. It's clearly with this setup, it's designed to basically just understeer, presumably making it safer. But a safe car is a boring car. And if it was me, I'd much rather die in an accident with my rear going into a wall than the front of the car accidentally driving in head-on into a lorry from understeer. But that's just my preference. Let's cut the corner there. The wheels not wanting to put down the traction going over the bump. Lap 3 of 5, so we got, this is now a 5-lap race. I think the first one was a 3-lap race. And this is showing me that I need to practice front-wheel drive cars because we've got an AI on the tail now. Oh! AI's having none of it. He's Mr. Blue Car, he looks like some kind of kitchen blender with that colour livery. He's on my tail and he's pushing. I can't get this to turn in. I don't know, the back tyres are cold, the front tyres are green, so they should be alright. It's just pulling away on the straight, so I assume this car is a faster car, but I'm obviously not taking the corners fast enough. Time to admire the upholstery. Nice little armrest there. Nice little embroidered logo. I think another thing that makes road cars particularly tricky. Oh, that was nice. With driving sims, is the sound is often quite muted. I mean, a real road car is often quite muted, but you can actually feel what's going on. And even with it muted, you can hear a lot of the engine, a lot of the details there. But with the simulated car, because it's not as contrasting or as dramatic as a race car, in some ways it's even harder to work out exactly what the car's doing. Glancing down at the dials though, to see where the rev counter's going. This is such an agricultural way to power out corners. Smoke everywhere. This track's going to be an environmental hazard by the time we finish. We're laying down so much rubber. Again, that's not the way to go fast. You want to be carrying the speed through the corners, going smooth, not just dumping the accelerator, bouncing the front along as you go through the corners. This is the last lap and we're going to come 5th out of 8. What a disappointment. If anything, this is final proof. Leaning on the clutch a bit too much there. If anything, this is oh, what am I doing? It's proof that you should not listen to me when it comes to driving. Absolute disaster. This car is not my cup of tea. As the blender comes in behind us, he's not going to take his place back. I don't know what will happen though in terms of points and scoring. Session over, 5th place. I think you have to come in the top 3 to progress. So we'll see what it says. Let's go back to the menu. We have to pop display capture on so you guys can see it. There we go, display capture. So what happens here? Well, we don't get anything. Penalised. So I think to progress, yeah, this series goal we have to get at least 3 bronze medals. So if you don't do that, it's game over. But I think I'm going to end this video there for now. That was pretty atrocious. I apologise for the terrible driving. As I say, road cars, especially this, I thought it was an Alfa Romeo. It's a Goletta QV. Alfa Romeo Goletta QV. Obviously mine doing and not my cup of tea. The Above 500 really good, but we'll do some more of the single player. I think the AI is actually really nice now. They actually put up a challenge, and especially if you weren't a seasoned pro at sim racing or not used to racing against real people, you could obviously turn the AI down, and it works with VR. So Test is a success. Thanks for watching this video. We'll continue it soon. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video we do. We'll have one up very soon indeed. Goodbye.